Fellow Solutions, as we welcome a new year, I extend warm New Year greetings to you and your families at home and abroad. I do so with a deep sense of gratitude, humility, and responsibility. On December 1st, you exercised your democratic right and renewed your confidence in the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I thank you sincerely for that trust. Elections are never just about victory or defeat. They are about the direction a people chose. Your overwhelming choice reaffirmed a shared belief in fairness, inclusion, stability, and progress. The choice reaffirmed our collective resolve to move forward together with love and compassion. You rejected bitterness, divisiveness, hatred, and anger. As we begin 2026, it's appropriate to reflect on how far we have come and to look honestly and confidently at the road ahead. When we assumed office in 2021, St. Lucia, like the rest of the world, was emerging from major disruption. We faced unprecedented economic uncertainty, rising global prices, and deep social strain. Yet together, we choose resilience over despair, unity over division, and people-centered governance over indifference. Over the past 4 years, we have worked deliberately to stabilize the economy, protect the most vulnerable, and rebuild opportunity. Our economy has recovered, jobs have returned, unemployment has dropped to its lowest level, and confidence has been restored. But more importantly, we have remained guided by a single principle: government must work for people. In healthcare, we delivered on a long-standing national promise. The commission of the St. Jude Hospital marked a turning point for healthcare in the South and our national health system. Over the last term, we have built and upgraded health facilities, strengthened primary care, expanded wellness centers, and increased access to screening and treatment for chronic illnesses. These investments are not abstract. They have saved lives, supported families, and affirmed dignity. This year, St. Jude will be fully commissioned to receive patients. We will commence work on the fifth finger of the OKE Hospital, continue renovation and expansion of the wellness centers, and most importantly, we'll continue the implementation of the Universal Healthcare Program. In 2026, education will continue to be the main driver for transformative change and poverty reduction. We'll modernize the system by increasing the use of technology in schools, creating more smart classrooms, and expanding the reach of technical, vocational, special, and universal early childhood education. Infrastructure remains a cornerstone of our development strategy. Roads, bridges, water systems, housing projects, and transport facilities continue to improve across the island. These projects create jobs today and unlock tomorrow's growth. We are modernizing our ports and airports, strengthening climate resilience, and ensuring the development reaches communities that have long been neglected for too long. In 2026, infrastructure work will continue on the control tower, together with the start of the construction of the Uenoro International Airport Terminal building. The upgrade of the Julian Aron Highway will commence, and the expansion and improvement of the VSUK Road will be completed. The rehabilitation of both four at Port Castries is scheduled to start soon. Housing developments at Talvin and Rockhall will continue, with the construction of the Viewfort Administrative Complex scheduled to start before long. While most of our young people remain positive and focused, I continue to lament the loss of some young men to gangs and deviant behavior. Several initiatives will be implemented to keep our young men away from antisocial activities and to allow them to become productive citizens. Our country will continue to be a lesser place if we allow our young men to exist outside the laws and norms of a civil society. The enhancement of the youth economy is, in part, intended to provide opportunities for those young men at risk to modernize their talents and creativity, enabling them to support themselves and become productive citizens. During my budget policy address later this year, I will announce several initiatives aimed at giving support to young men to allow them to upskill and to make a more meaningful contribution to society. The defacement of our physical environment with abandoned buildings, derelict vehicles, and unwanted household appliances, apart from being unsightly, is a health and security hazard. In the spirit of environmental responsibility, I call on the public to stop these unsavory practices for the good of our country. This year, we will enact the St. Lucia Unplanned Development Regulation Authority Bill to facilitate the regularization of unplanned developments. Last year, our business community experienced growth and expansion, demonstrating the confidence in the future of the solution economy. My administration is committed to providing the necessary support for a more productive private sector. Improvements to the ease of doing business is an area that lends itself to government support. We will therefore redouble our efforts through the reconfigured Ministry of Commerce and Tourism to work more closely with the private sector to ensure that the rehabilitation at the Castries cargo port is completed at the earliest. In addition, together with the private sector, we'll work to streamline procedures for the clearing of goods from the ports to be more efficient and timely. As it relates to the use of technology, government will promote the responsible use of technology and artificial intelligence to help transform our government processes and education. We are committed to building a modern, technologically driven St. Lucia, one where government services are more efficient, businesses are more competitive, and the young people are equipped for careers in technology, innovation, and the global digital economy. This is not about replacing people with machines. It's about empowering people with tools. We'll also continue protecting workers and families through social protection, job security measures, and targeted support when global conditions create hardship. At the same time, we'll continue to confront crime and violence with even greater resolve by strengthening law enforcement while addressing the social conditions that give rise to crime and violence. This year, we'll advance plans for the introduction of an unemployment insurance program while encouraging retooling for our workers. I'm under no illusion that the road ahead will be challenging. Global uncertainty, climate threats, and economic pressures remain real. Recent developments in our wider hemisphere have underscored that reality. Events in Venezuela have reverberated across the Caribbean, disrupting air travel, affecting trade and tourism, and creating unsettling concerns for small, open economies like ours. In response to these recent geopolitical events, St. Lucia has reaffirmed its commitment to peace and the principles of international law that protect all nations, large and small. St. Lucia, as a member of CARICOM, stands committed to the principles of CARICOM. We believe that stability is best secured through dialogue, diplomacy, and respect for established international norms. We'll continue to work with our regional partners to safeguard the Caribbean as a zone of peace. St. Lucia's foreign policy remains rooted in diplomacy, cooperation, and mutually beneficial shared interests. In this regard, the Cabinet of Ministers has approved a memorandum of understanding between the government of St. Lucia and the government of the United States to accept the potential transfer of certain third country nationals present in the United States. This agreement is non binding and is at the complete discretion of both governments. The MOU establishes a framework for cooperation and does not trigger any immediate transfer and future engagements. The MOU is orderly, transparent, and consistent with the laws, policies, and national interests of St. Lucia. Let me make it clear that no agreement has been signed and no details are available. As I had always done on matters of national interest, I will provide all relevant and applicable information to the citizens of St. Lucia. I expect that there will be those who are supportive and those who are against providing such support to the United States. But I ask that you rest assured that I'll always put you first and act in the best interest of the people of our beloved country, no matter how difficult the decisions may be. Let me assure St. Lucians that as of today, there has been no information given to the government of St. Lucia regarding any changes in the United States visa policy for St. Lucia, and St. Lucians wishing to travel to the United States. Our future prosperity cannot be secured by government alone. But the destructive behavior of a critical mass can bring about harm to all of us. I plead for the responsible use of social media. Social media should not be used as a tool for misinformation, for slander, and the denigration of citizens in private or public life. While misinformation may appear to hurt political opponents, in the final analysis, it is the country that suffers. This year, let us recommit ourselves to unity, respect, and shared responsibility. Let us reject cynicism and embrace opportunity. Let us care for the most vulnerable by empowering them and create opportunities for future generations. I thank you once again for your trust, your patience, and your support. Together, we'll continue to build a St. Lucia that is fairer, stronger, safer, and more prosperous. Let us work to make St. Lucia the best place to live and work for all. God bless you. God bless St. Lucia. I thank you.